Morning Living Waters. Welcome back. We're talking about God's mission, building on the sermon text that we heard on Sunday, the text that Jesus chose from the scroll of the prophets for the mission of to define Jesus' ministry. And we draw from that same book too today, the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 52, verses 7 through 10. And this is a famous passage in Scripture. Perhaps not in the modern church, but for a long time, it really was. So I'm going to go ahead and read the whole thing. It's only 4 verses. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of the messenger who announces peace, who brings good news and announces salvation, who says to Zion, your God reigns. Listen, your sentinel lift up their voices. Together they sing for joy. From plain sight they see the return of the Lord to Zion. Break forth together in singing, you ruins of Jerusalem. For the Lord has comforted his people. God has redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our God. This is obviously from a restoration text of the late period Isaiah. But yes, again, the mission of God. Where do we hear God's mission that Jesus talked about on Sunday coming out here in this text from Isaiah? Right? I hear a messenger of peace, good news, salvation, joy, right? Comfort, and redemption. Anyway, I see a public testimony of what God has done. Think about that. God has brought the people back from calamity. Boy, I think that's something we can relate to in these times. God can bring us back from calamity. God can bring us joy when there's been so much grief. God can bring peace and good news in a time where it's been unstable and there's been a lot of bad news. That's the mission of God and God's people. We are charged to bring this news as well. Thus, blessed are the feet of the messenger who announces these things. When you share the good news, when you share the grace of Christ, you are a blessing to others. For that gospel is a transformative power that changes lives for the better. As heard here in Isaiah, and this is actually a passage, Paul will go on the quote, Jesus will go on the quote, lots of the other early church figures and fathers will go on the quote. It's a famous passage for a reason. Rabbis in modern day quote a lot. Because it speaks to the transformative power of God's mission. We have the opportunity to participate in that power, to make lives better. I ask you to join us for the rest of our lives, enriching others' lives one at a time. God bless you.